Hello again, everyone. Melth here, redoing the beginning of this Baldur's Gate 3 challenge run video, because my original plan when I started this video was to have this be a party builds episode. People have been asking for one of those. I've just hit level 11 fairly recently, and I've gotten to the stores in Act 3, so it seemed like a good time for that. However, as I was starting this video, I've realized there are a couple of more obscure, easy to miss battles and camp scenes at the beginning of Act 3 that I should try to do before I get into Act 3 proper. So gotta take care of all that stuff first and then do my build video next episode. Secret battles this time. As usual, details of my challenge run are in the YouTube video description, and watch out for spoilers throughout this run. I did just realize that there is one more camp scene battle that I could try to do. If I make my way to Sorceress Sundries, I think that I could get Aradin to send a crew of people to attack my camp in the middle of the night. So let me go ahead and try to do that.
You know how much time
I had originally planned to not spend much time in Baldur's Gate until I've gotten through Rivington and Worm's Rock and try to do things mostly in sequence. I think I'll try to mostly stick to that, but I will, since I need to go to Sorcerer's Sundries anyway, buy a couple things there and kick off that quest, I guess. I guess Dammon is nearby too. I might as well talk with him as part of my shopping spree. Alright, around here I'm going to get a bizarre fight. This guy spawned at the thin air right next to me. This is a very, very rare fight too. You only get this if Floric is still in jail, still alive, and you've already broken Will's contract. This is also pretty weird if you think about it, because Mizora doesn't want us to die here. She wants us to win and beat the brain. So I guess Mizora's goal here must have been to get us to kill these innocent and decent people, basically, just because devils hate good people in general principle. That's probably it. Well, anyway. My challenge run requires me to fight everything that I can, basically, so I'm gonna go ahead and fight them, although in character that's insane. We should just talk them out of this dumb idea and ask them why in the world they're trusting a devil.
You killed the best of Baldur's Gate.
Maybe for honor's sake I'm gonna try to knock them out, but I am not at all buffed and prepped for this day, so it's gonna be a struggle for sure. This formation is also just garbage, with them being right next to some of my guys. So, what can I do about that?
What now?
Given that I don't want to use any long rest resources and so forth. I think one thing I might do is fly over there, then let's apply a speed potion. That's a good non-rest resource to power up. Now, another non-long rest resource that I could use would be the Staff of Arcane Blessings Bless spell. Now, technically it would be a long rest resource, except I don't intend to use it ever again because it's kind of become outmoded, and I'm about to get a all-day Bless for everyone anyway. So I might as well cast that now. But the catch is that I think that wizard can counterspell.
Another fight.
I think I could use Black Hole to possibly slow the wizard and thereby remove the ability to do reactions, but that would be kind of a resource. I'm going to try to avoid that. What I might do instead then would be have a starter walk up and just provoke her to attack of opportunity with her noodly mage arms and 11 strength or whatever. I guess it's a dagger, but still. He should probably be able to dodge that because he has what, like 24 AC or something? Yeah. So just do that, provoke the hit, waste her attack of opportunity, and thereby waste her reaction so she can't counterspell. Walk away. There we go. Now she can't counterspell. Now we can bless. Let's put it on you, and on you, because you need to be trying to knock them out. You're still stuck in melee, which sucks. I could maybe have Ballista push them away off of her. That might help a bit. Although, that's less important than having Astarion hit with his... Let's go with some many target arrows here and just spread the damage among them as fast as we can. Don't want to kill them though. Let's make sure this isn't likely to kill. Yeah, one more hit of that should not be fatal to these people. This is such a waste of resources. And it criticals and thereby kills them anyway. Alright, there wasn't much I could do about that.
To push my luck again.
We're not making those into criticals. Okay. Well, you could do a melee attack that will have a high chance to knock one of them out if it hits. Which is 70%. That's not awful odds.
Where do I go from here?
You could double blast the person and maybe knock him down. Well, let's see. Like, double blast that guy. I'll waste one blast so I don't accidentally score a kill there. And it killed anyway. Whatever. At least I'll spare the main person. Probably. Maybe. Meh.
Fuck yes.
Have you got your bonus action left? Will that kill? Probably not.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
Okay, well, if you hit, it should almost certainly knock this person out. And I've got non-lethal on, right? Yep.
I am your death.
Okay, that it wasted my other attack there is not ideal, but alright. Nope. Missed, alright. Go for that melee.
You're mine.
You missed too. Do we have anyone left that can attack them non-lethally? We do not. Alright. Well, sorry, I tried to spare you people, but criticals and things like that forced my hand, so you're gonna die. Whatever.
Still alive.
That was very silly. Especially when they spawned out of thin air next to me.
Open up.
I'm gonna assume that in character we actually probably just talked them out of that, because that was just stupid. But a challenge run is a challenge run. So here is our neat little book about one of the coolest secret side quests about an undead dragon sleeping underneath the city.
Well, Edvard, I do.
Alright.
They will die.
Silly things out of the way, let's get back to Sorcerer's Sundries. I'm going to try to avoid exploring too much of Baldur's Gate because I don't want to trick myself to think that I've been to areas that I haven't actually been to and missing out on content that way. I want to just talk to Aradin here, I guess talk to Dammon because he's going to be a shopkeeper I want to deal with, and then call that good probably.
Let me back in, or bring Leroican out here, you tin tube.
Aradin has gone from being afraid of goblins to willing to confront a high-level wizard in his lair.
Night song, and now he has to pay up. What are you looking at?
A human chihuahua.
Shit, it's you. You went looking for the night song after me. Please.
Well, I think we have a way to cause a fight here in a way that makes some sense in character. We'll just tell him that she's a person, not a relic. And then hopefully that'll get him to understand that he shouldn't do this.
Anathema. Hells. If I'd known, I'd have asked for more gold. Kidnapping costs.
Yeah, now Baldur doesn't like the guy as much as more willing to kill him if that's what it comes to.
One who gave you that contract.
We don't really owe you anything. I mean, you kind of just said that we would die if we took it, and then we showed you up.
Still alive, is she? You better be telling the truth.
Or
And
what?
you better not get in my way. I'm not losing any more people.
He's gonna lose like 8 people.
Anyway. I'll need to see who's around.
They must be working cheap. Lorcan's offering 5,000 gold or so. He gets like 8 people or something like that. All high-level adventurers, willing to work for the equivalent of pennies for high-level adventurers for some reason. Alright, well that silliness is taken care of.
I have a lot on my mind.
Let's go ahead and put on the Ring of Geniality. About to do a bit of shopping here. If I go in, we will meet Roland.
How many die tomorrow?
And then we can... Oh. Conversation I'm going to miss out on there, I guess.
What are you doing here?
Why? What happened to your face?
Nothing for you to worry about.
I mean, I know what happened to his face. You know, Lerocan's been abusing him or whatever. And you'd think that Lerocan, just from a shopkeeper perspective, wouldn't want to have the guy with a beat-up face be the face of his store, as it were, but what do I know about wizard shops?
You must be mistaken.
I guess he hasn't told Roland anything. Although Roland won't be surprised to find out the truth like moments later and seems to understand by that point if we walk
To
upstairs.
see you. Head upstairs. You can find the way into his tower up there. How can I help you? Huh. I suppose that at least.
I'm not sure whether or not it's worth giving 4,000 gold to Roland. We might well buy a lot of scrolls out of this place, which would pay for itself by making him, like us more, and therefore give us better prices. But I don't know whether he's going to be replaced by Lorokin's projection based on the things that we'll be doing or not. He might be. The other thing is, I'm trying to find a way to attack and battle at the same time both Aelin and Lorokin for absolute maximum challenge. I haven't found a way to do that yet. If you know of a way, I'll be happy to try it. But that might result in Roland either being dead, restricted to stay upstairs, or who knows what. So, hard to predict. There you go, you like me now. You probably should have already, given all that we've been through, but, whatever. Alright, I'm going to buy that hat. This is a great hat for charisma builds, really. Just +2 charisma is quite handy. And it'll make it better at buying things momentarily when I put it on.
What you're looking for.
I don't really need the plus initiative from this hat anymore because I have alert now and so forth, so I'll take that off, put that on, and now my shopping will be slightly better with everyone.
Huh. I suppose.
Planar binding we could definitely use a couple more of. And I'm buying this almost for face value, so I am not really losing money here per se when I buy these things. These are interesting. It's the kind of thing that I don't tend to use very often because it's powerful, but it's like something you need to put on before a big battle to then get a power up like once per short rest for me. So that's not that great, but I probably should go ahead and purchase them and use them for an extra set of Eldritch Blast in some important battle.
Hope you found what you're looking for.
Now I need to remember to not, after doing this camp cutscene scene with Aradin, not come back after that until I've leveled up, or I would be getting a benefit from resting by refreshing the shop inventory that way.
What's it like caring for someone other than yourselves, Minthara?
You have never tried it, I assume.
Seeing lots of new scenes here. Classic historian. Baldur hates him so much.
It takes less work than you devote to maintaining your foppish facade. And it's far more rewarding.
Alright. There should be a waypoint somewhere near here, I think, right? That'd be a pretty handy time saver. There are great stores over here that I'll come back to that sell, like, out of these like random street merchant stalls, they sell like endgame quality ultra artifacts. It's absolutely bizarre if you think about it. Up there is Devil's Feed, that's a shop, and near that, I think over here must be Dammon, right? I think that's true.
Carla, you're looking well.
Would be a lot better if you find a way to fix this engine, Dammon.
I haven't stopped trying, but all roads lead to a dead end.
You know where else a lot of roads lead to?
I didn't mean...
The City of Brass and the Plane of Fire, which is hotter than Avernus. That would instantly and perfectly solve this problem. Just go live there instead. There's so many solutions to this problem.
Mistress of the house lets me operate from here for a fair price. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy.
Good. Someone should be.
Certainly.
Yeah, so he's renting this place from, I think, the person who owns the Devil's Fee nearby, who is in league with devils, and he's always talked about his interest in infernal metal and how much he likes it and misses it and so forth, and he has devilish artifacts and creepy things in his basement here, so I'm pretty sure that he has actually made a bargain with her in some way. Well, Dammon has some artifacts now, but they're not sorted at all. This armor is extremely good. It basically gives you resistance to all the physical elements via Blade Ward, which is just great. And then also reduces all incoming damage by 2, gives you good armor class amounts too, and you gain resistance to saving throw effects. This is just phenomenal. Dammon, as I said, he's kind of like a Magikarp. He starts off selling just trash, but then he evolves and sells incredibly good artifacts that are better than relics of the gods here in Act 3. Peculiar, but that's the way it goes. This is also pretty amazing. It's another one of those armors that gives you your full dexterity to your armor class, but has a really high base armor value, so that's also going to be a big defensive upgrade for a lot of us. This is incredible. Just a straight +2 to hit and damage rolls with weapons. Those are going onto a start and they're not coming off.
Shout if you need anything else.
A suggestive nod.
Oh, I get it.
Alright. We'll be coming back to Devil's Fee more properly soon. But, oh, another camp conversation.
Didn't think you were able.
3 times. Only have to say it.
I took
Well,
my
not
first
conversation, but there we
You
go.
were a spark in your father's eye, child.
Oh, go on.
She was a high priestess of House Vandry. Beautiful, elegant, ruthless. I adored her, and had been sharing her bed for some time when the order came that she must die. I stayed with her while the poison did its work, and whispered words of comfort as she slipped away.
Oh, I get it.
Well, Ballista finds all of that disturbing, but that's typical Drow stuff, and hopefully she's putting that behind her now. Anyway, into Devil's Fee, which will be a key point in getting to antagonize Raphael, which is a fight I'm really looking forward to. I think we first want to succeed at a check in here to investigate one of these things so we can find out these are not just, toys, but real devil critters.
From home. Belongs to one of the few.
Okay, I think that'll allow me to unlock her actual good stock.
Something over there.
I welcome thee to the Devil's Fee.
I do like this.
Every hellish curio's a rarity. So marry be and shop with glee.
She serves Mammon, the devil of greed.
Definitely something up with this one. Trust me.
A most
Okay.
excellent.
If I inspect something in here, I'll be able to get the truth about her real wares. This is one of the weirdest things in the game. See, this is the hat of Scleratus Fell. The butler goblin thing. Which again establishes that he's not just a figment of the Dark Witch's imagination or something that can only be conjured up in the Baal Temple. He's a real physical being that actually definitely exists in an objective reality shared by everyone, and he can drop his hat and have it be sold in the store later on. As for why it's here, it's actually another interesting point. This is because originally when the Dark Urge and Gortash were going together to get into the Hells to steal the Crown of Karthus and so forth, the butler must have been here and dropped this thing here at that point. Momentum equal to charisma modifier is pretty amazing. I'd have ludicrous speed if I did that. There might actually be one point in the game when I want that, when I'm trying to go really fast, so I'll go ahead and purchase that to have the option, I guess.
Coin and time.
But I know if I examine something in here, I can unlock a really good inventory.
That might be worth a look.
Can I look at the thing in this case without stealing it?
Don't be shy.
Let's get going. Keep it together. Dream in red.
That might be worth a look.
The horns of a real war devil.
Okay. Can I now talk with her about her secret wares?
Your esteemedness returns. Oh, joyous hour. Well, well. It's been a while since I've had such
I guess you have to talk to her first, then notice something, and then you can get her real wares?
You may browse my more curated.
Ooh, haste spores. Yes, I don't know what those have to do with the Hells, but we want them. This seems like an absolutely horrible idea. Sorcery points are precious. Advantage is easy to get. This is a phenomenal cape, so we definitely want that. I mean, Absorb Elements is a great spell, and also just having your cloak slot give you +1 spell save and spell attack rolls. Yeah, we want that. This is also kind of neat. It's not as impressive as those gloves I got that give you an extra bonus action cantrip, basically. This would let me shoot 1 extra beam of Eldritch Blast, or, I don't know, double the effective Firebolt or something like that. That's not that great because it's not usable very often, as I recall, like once per short rest, yeah. So that's not really as worth it as the other one, I would say. It's a comparatively small bonus.
Now you've seen what I have for thee. Remember.
So even has a little rhyming poem ready for people who are seeing the secret stock. I love it. Alright. Okay, in here is one of Karlach's old friends, who is now selling legendary artifacts out of a shabby street stall.
That can't possibly be you, can it? If you aren't a sight for sore eyes.
Where the hell have you been, girl? Last I heard you'd run off to Neverwinter, and that was what? 10 years ago?
Neverwinter? Who told you that?
Gortash. Said you didn't even give notice.
Ha! That prick, but... Never mind that. Look at you.
We could tell this person the truth about Gortash. Might save her life.
I won't lie. They have.
Where was she before this?
Of course. This is Fitz, one of my old mates from the neighborhood. We grew up together, moved to the lower city together, even worked together for you-know-who.
You see, he's the Archduke now. What the fuck, right?
Right? Oh, I'm sure the fox will make a great duke of the hen house.
I think you were the only thing that kept him a little honest. After you left, things got dark, fast.
Bit of dramatic irony there.
Started working for an arms merchant. Still in the trade, as you can see. Met my fella Gregor that way. Been together 8 years now. And Karlach, we've a little one on the way.
Fitz! That's incredible! Congratulations! Mum life, huh?
Arms to their life too.
Incredible.
Gods, I hope so. Even after all these years, it seemed to happen so fast. But now that you're back in town, you must come to ours. All of you. We'll have a good supper, catch up. You can meet Gregor. And the little one, in a few months. Are the two of you together?
Maybe once. Not anymore.
You let Karlach Cliffgate slip through your fingers. Poor thing.
It was always pretty platonic from Baldur's perspective, but Karlach didn't accept that.
We're in the city on some urgent business, but can I come find you when it's all settled?
I'd love that. Meanwhile, if you're still in the business of intimidation, you should take a look at my stock.
So this bro is pretty amazing. You doubling your proficiency bonus is essentially a +4 to hit on top of his listed weapon enchantment, so that's good stuff, but it has to compete with the Titan string, and that's not easy. Or for that matter, it has to compete with, you know, dual hand crossbows, which is also not at all easy.
Great to have you.
What's up for discussion?
You in need of protection, friend? What am I saying? Everyone's in need of protection. Don't be shy. This armor can't keep you alive if it's sitting here with me.
So this is one of the best armors in the entire game. Just full dexterity on top of 17 base armor class is crazy.
City's got a dangerous air.
Karlach has something to say about these friends, I guess. That's nice.
Hope that wasn't a lie. I hope we do get to meet up with Fitz when this is all over. First step, save the city. Then, save myself. And last but not least, dinner with an old friend. What more could you ask for?
I thought of one other thing I should do too, which is you can get a news story about Stelmane being dead, which I think will trigger another scene where the Emperor can tell you some half-truths and so forth. I guess I might as well give him the chance to do that.
Let the kid come.
Bet you want to know all about Stelmane's murder? Got today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette right here. Your loss.
Stelmane.
There we go. That should be enough to trigger that scene from the Emperor.
This does not bode.
Alright. So, that's everything I need to do to get the camp battle against Aradin, I think. Oh, note from Arabella. Sure, we'll read that. We'll meet her in the sewers, I think. Alright, so another nothing to restore story long rest. And we'll be attacked by Aradin, I think. Maybe that'll be tomorrow night. Okay. Emperor business takes precedence over Aradin attacking us with mercenaries. He has wine racks here in his dreams.
How did you?
Now, I suspect this whole thing is a setup and he's pretending to be vulnerable here.
I must have let my mind wander. Enough for you to...
Especially, it doesn't really make that much sense for us to be wandering into his presence in the Astral Prism in a dream accidentally.
And took his netherstone. The Chosen's control of the brain.
But maybe that's true. I can't prove that it's a lie.
Its rebellion against Orin and Gortash has been fierce, even as it executes their final orders. Once those orders are complete...
It's a good thing that all of this story resting day after day hasn't affected anything in terms of the orders running out.
Feel the Emperor's fear as if it were your own. An elder brain enslaved is one thing. An elder brain unleashed will be the end of everything.
Beautiful, isn't it? The mighty Prince Orpheus.
This is the kind of thing that only a mind flayer would understand, thinking that keeping this guy chained up is beautiful. Melissa just wants to kill him because he's an evil Githyanki.
May as well sit a while. Now that you are here, your company isn't unwelcome.
Yeah, you brought me here.
You are correct. I should be.
It is unclear to me, you know, if this is happening in thoughts, is it truly possible in character to be lying at this point? Or would the Emperor be able to, you know, read what Melissa's true thoughts and feelings are and things?
Duke Stelmane, or Belin, as I knew her.
I don't really know what he expected from her alive. I guess to re-enslave her and have her do some minor helpful thing for us.
First ally. Far from it. I have long sought the allyship of others. It is the only way to succeed. Though my relationship...
He's, you know, leaving out that he broke her brain until she couldn't function in society anymore and enslaved her and then had her be the front of his criminal organization. Well, not really the front, but the back room front.
I see that you are unable to let that go. But do not forget that
he manipulated her in a different way of just, you know, enslaving her.
Me with yours. Manipulation or not, we need each other. My relationship with Belin was...
That's not true at all. Belin didn't need anything from him.
In life, she was my business partner.
Also a lie.
The Knights of the Shield. A difficult task for a mind flayer.
The Knights of the Shield are this weird organization that's one of the 20 gajillion spy organizations on the Sword Coast, but also they're secretly run by a devil. I have no idea how a mind flayer taking over one of the branches relates to that. Probably not at all.
Politicians and patriarchs.
Most of the people involved in the Knights of the Shield don't even know that they are doing devilish work. Belin possibly didn't know, I'm not sure about that.
Important conversation.
There's no acknowledgement of it in this game that I'm aware of, that they had that devil connection.
Order to chaos.
Most of us know they were doing armor stealing stuff until Gortash took that over.
Went through the shield. Through us. I could not have done any of it without her. Just as I cannot do any of this without you. But now, she is gone.
Now, there isn't like quite the appropriate option here. Mind flayers do have feelings. Not all the human feelings. It's, you know, canonical thing, mind flayers are incapable of feeling happiness, but they can feel things like fear or pride or things like that. They could probably feel something like loss, but not really, you know, caring about another person in that way. So, I don't feel like there's really something that quite fits Ballista knowing about that and how he wanted to comment on this. We'll go with this. He doesn't mean that you're incapable of being upset, he just means I don't believe that you're actually caring about another person in that way.
Astute as ever. You think that mind flayers are soulless.
But the game treats it as if we thought that they feel nothing, which is not what I was going for.
The same at first.
Okay, yeah, no. There are a lot more lies on this path than I remembered. I guess you might have found out they had feelings, but like...
Mind flayers. Like you, mind flayers know fear. Like you, we crave recognition. But unlike you, unlike the others of my kind...
He might believe this, but this is... I'm going to count this as a lie, because... This is just false. This is just false. He is totally willing to sacrifice the whole freedom angle just to save his life if he thinks that you are posing any threat to him or break free from his control. He is happy to immediately abandon the previous cause, join the Absolute, become a slave, rather than have any risks to himself. So, Ballista would not say this because if really something that you're onto them is not helpful, but he might be thinking it in a way that the Mind Flayer could read here, so we're going to go with it for that reason.
You would do well to be more like me.
Yeah, you tried to force me to be more like you. I'm doing things the Mind Flayer way now. I'm going to use you and throw you away. Alright. Well, let's get back to... Aradin, hopefully. Maybe. It occurs to me, before this Aradin battle, when Aelin I think will fly off, I should probably just talk to Isabel and get her dialogue. I could talk to Aelin, but Aelin never has anything valuable to say, and I just can't stand her.
Keeping very well, I hope? Look after my angel, of course.
If you ask Aelin, Aelin will just talk about her, nothing about Isabel but her duty to help you, and then she won't actually help you.
100 years being...
This is not true. Most of the time in the Shadowfell, nothing was happening. The Shar time was quite brief. Now, it's still horrible, of course, but...
My Aelin. But no one could escape such horrors unscathed. She's in my hands now. And
Isabel really seems to try to be a good partner, and Aelin is like just a worthless one. It doesn't reciprocate at all in any way that we see.
This city. We are your allies for life.
We've seen most of this stuff before, but Baldur wants to refresh his memory, and I think some of the dialogue is different now.
He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother.
And this is a good refresher. Baldur has been wondering, what should he do about Aelin? He doesn't really trust the Rogan, who we haven't met yet, but like he knows that he absolutely despises Aelin.
Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself.
And again, so Isabel was raised from birth basically to worship Selûne and love everything Selûne related. Then here comes this daughter of Selûne, basically the head of her church, 1,000,000 times older than her, 1,000,000 times more powerful than her, both religiously and otherwise. Much more life experience, and with magical charming powers, and suddenly Isabel's like, it was love at first sight! Yeah, no, this is a horrifying relationship, and Baldur is going to try to put Aelin back in a birdcage until Isabel understands that, and finds someone who's better for her.
I died. I'm not sure how.
Shar was involved, and Aelin did nothing to investigate that or help fix it.
Black. Next I knew, I was being jolted away.
Okay, we've seen all this stuff before.
I found last, but he's gone now.
Yeah, so basically Baldur thinks that the one thing Kethra was right about was that Aelin was bad for his daughter, and so we will now try to rectify that situation. Again, if you know a way I can fight both Lorroakan and Aelin at once, I'd love to do that. In character, what Baldur really wants to do is hijack the ritual basically and have it be himself who becomes immortal, so we had extra insurance when fighting against the brain. Aelin says she wants to help us after all. Surely she won't mind if we borrow her immortality for a bit and then let her go after that, by which time Isabel will hopefully have had a chance away from Charm Lady to clear her head. Alright, let's fight Aradin.
Thanks for making it easy, mate. Wish we could leave you out.
And Aradin becomes even more of a psycho than he was before. Now he wants to just kill us and take our stuff. So Baldur is quite happy to just decorate our campsite with his innards.
Clear this place out and take whatever you can carry. After the lot of them are cold, leave the night song to me.
You are so Act 1, Aradin. Still wielding like an unenchanted club. It'd also be funny if we were all just dressed as goblins when he came here and then, threw like smoke powder bombs to their Act 1 threats at him. But, oh well. We do have some scrolls of Fireball. What kind of wizard would it be if I didn't use a Fireball when I saw a formation like this? Did he just die in one Fireball? Hilarious.
Never a dull moment.
Alright. This is just delightful to throw multiple Fireballs at a crowd like that. It's not the most efficient, but... what kind of caster player could ever turn that down? Here's a smoke powder bomb.
Time for a cut.
I bet an arrow of many targets would kill all of them.
They're dying for me.
I could probably also turn on Cole the Weak and kill one of them like that. And one's still at pretty high HP, actually. I should watch out for that one. Okay, maybe I need to get a little more serious here. There we go. Well, you're an easy target. There we go. Another cold week would just bump you off, wouldn't it? Or it could just shoot you with a 1 damage shot of some kind. That one, though, is still doing pretty well. We might actually need to break out a haste or something for this.
Let me strike.
No choice but to keep going.
Done. Alright.
Our camp has been besieged by bribelings, and Dame Aelin is the prize that seduced them. I found
Also all the money in our pockets, apparently.
it read of the wizard Leroy.
You didn't read... This happened a quarter of a second ago.
Tell me, ally mine, did you know of this plot?
We don't have the option to just lie about it, I guess. He totally would lie about it at this point, and then, you know, probably help stick her in the cage and then hijack the ritual if that was actually an option in character. He'd leave the heroic part out of it.
But even Dame Aelin experienced lapses in her fine judgment. Allies we are, and allies we remain. And we will unite us against the deviant plot of this mad mage. To Ramazith's tower they were meant to take me. Oh, won't Leroican be surprised?
Is this one of those lapses of judgment you're talking about? If you just fly in on your own to a wizard's tower where he's prepared to capture you?
His lair when morning breaks.
It's the most insane idea.
See him undone, in the style of the
Now, he's actually surprisingly unprepared for it, but... But you should expect to lose if you fly into a wizard's tower when the wizard's whole plan for the last few months has been to capture you. Wow, these guys were armed like beggars. Okay, that one was not. 3 arrows of humanoid slaying is actually pretty amazing. I guess I have stores like right near me, so I might as well actually take all their stuff and sell it. Normally I would leave junk items that don't have a great ratio of value to weight behind, but we are in the middle of the shopping episode, basically. Alright, back to bed. And we'll probably just leave Aelin hanging for a while. If Leroy can capture her, so much the better. Alright, well I planned for this to be my level up and builds episode, but I think that'll need to wait for next time. These extra camp scenes made this longer than expected. But I'm all set up for that now. Thank you for watching, everyone, and a special thank you to my Patreon supporters. The Irreverent Reverend, Master Knight DH, Jackie, Enlino, Travis, Andrew Curzon, Troobsy, Oliver, Gregory, William Wakefield, Broken Box, Jeffrey Morse, Jack, Marcus the Carcass, Nubiana, Nicholas Schmuck, Kostya Nesterovich, Frederick Brune, Techno Waffle, Nebular, I Loop, Emperor Kong 420, Robin, Mickenballs, Micah Marie, Stefan Van Zyl, Eddie, Kaimu, Mina, Ali Kasimoglu, Skylar Sauce, Nick Myers, Emp Ninjas, Chupaton, Diabetic Cat, Marvin Fang, Max, Sosa972, Afro Samurai, Cac per M, Daniel Bissett, and Lodestone. Have a great day, everyone.